Greetings, vac fans. That is a giant mound of baking soda. And this whole machine here, well, most of it, is a Maircle S3 Pro. This is the cyclonic assembly from it, and I've blown it out with my Cobalt 100-mile-an-hour air blower there, and you see that there's just, general buildup in there. But that is as clean as it's going to get. But it's under normal practical use. So take a look at the screen, right? And here is the pre-motor filter. And it is super duper clean as well. Okay, so what are we going to do? So this is for the benefit of Maircle, as well as anybody else who might be somewhat interested. I saw a particular video where they took 33 pounds. Now, I was told it was lime. This is baking soda. It's not lime. And they ran it through a special assembly. And they had a special setup that could handle a lot more than, well, let's see. The max line is right here. So I'm going to repeat the experiment as close as I can with a particular note, the metal screen intact. Now in their experiment, the metal screen was not intact. It was removed so you could see the filters and everything was like clear plastic. So you could see if anything was clogging up. This is going to be the machine in the state where somebody would actually be using it in the home. So let me make sure we have, clean everything. So not any type of unusual setup by any means. And where is the, where is that? There we go, okay. It takes a second to find where it clicks in. Okay, now that's all set. Everything's clean. In their experiment, they ran it on low, and I'm going to be running it on low, and we're going to be picking it up with this crevice tool and hose. And I'm pretty sure that this is way too much to fit into this bin, so I'm just going to slowly, it's important, slowly pick up all of this that I can, and I will stop when it hits the max line. Now we have a couple of measurements to take, so let's turn on our scales. And I realize for you it might be a little difficult to see, so I'll just call out what the numbers are. All right, this is something that's very light. This totally clean pre-motor filter, see, goes here, and the clean weight is 33.73 grams. All right, I'm going to write that down. Got my handy dandy calculator here too. The cyclonic assembly, let me see if I can, is that going to be better that way? Seems to be okay this way. It's stable any way you look at it. Okay, the entire cyclonic assembly is 98.45 grams. And I don't think we need to measure anything else because we're looking at the ability for the cyclones to separate fine dust, so to speak, when we go and fill up this bin to the max line. Come on. I push that in there, right? You got to get these tabs lined up. There we go. Okay, that's good. So let's see. I think I will put this over here. Let me move these. It's somewhat of an impromptu video. I'm only going to do this, once. And I want to make sure you can see the max line. So I think I'm going to put this way and zoom in if necessary and see where it hits the max line. So put this a little closer together. You know what, maybe I'll turn this way. Okay, so I'm going to have to stand here and then you help me watch that max line and let's see what happens. We are on low. It's starting to fill up. I have more baking soda if required. Give it a second to catch up. All right, it's coming close. It's coming close. So this part right here is above the max line a bit. This part right here is a little bit below it, and this is a little bit above it. So I think we're going to call it quits. I think we're going to call it quits. So obviously we didn't completely overdo it, but you can see where we are. All right. So let's see how everything came out. Come back around here. Set up our stuff. All right, so this scale measures down to 1/100th of a gram. This one measures down to 1/10th of a gram. So let's take a peek what the premotor filter, did. All right, so you can see here that the premotor filter definitely has some blow-by in it, absolutely. And what's in here, all right, see all that white? All right, see that wasn't white before. So I showed you that earlier, and yeah. So let's see where we're at now. So I'll put that in there. So we started out with 33.73, and oh yeah, it went up. So this says 36.82, and then I'll subtract 33.73. So there are somewhere in here, okay, over 3 grams, 3.09 grams. Come on, calculator. Oh, stop that. So much for being a smart calculator, right? 3.09 grams of baking soda has made it into this filter. So that's, yeah, that's kind of a lot. All right, so let's keep going. Now I'm going to take, and I gotta show you this. This is what made it literally through the cyclonic assembly. So it hit the premotor filter, obviously. See that? Okay. And give it a little tap. Okay, so I made all this stuff even by tapping it front to back. And you see where we are? So there's the max line, and this is below the max line all the way along. So I hope you can see that. It's definitely below the max line. It's got to be at least 1/4 inch below the max line. All right. Now let's see what made it into the assembly itself. That's really stuck in there. Okay, getting that out. I'll tap off as much as I can. All right. Let me take a measurement of it first, and then I'll show you what made it in there. Okay, so we started out at 98.45 grams, and we are at 107.54 grams. I'll subtract 98.45, and we have 9 grams of baking soda that has been added to this cyclonic assembly right here. There's 9 grams spread out all over the place here. So now let me give you a close-up, show you what we got. So there's the top. Ooh, it's falling out as I'm moving it. Yeah, you can see it falling out. I'm gonna have to clean that up. You can see what's in there. So yeah, there's clumps of it that's literally, it's falling out as I'm turning it. And I gave it some taps. So, okay, I guess just for the heck of it, let's see, let's see what this whole thing weighs. Now, I didn't go and weigh the bin ahead of time, but what's in here from a baking soda standpoint is going to far outweigh the bin. I just want to see what this assembly weighs. Okay, so we're at 847 grams. Ooh, it's cold out here. Let's see. If I tap this, what happens? Oh, look at all that. Yeah, now it's blowing away, obviously, but that's what's in the premotor filter. Ooh. Yeah. Going to definitely wash that out and let it dry. All right, time for the cyclone. Oh, see the big puffs coming out? All right, here we go. Yep, I think that shroud being there makes a difference. Jeez. Okay, so I'll show you the inside now. Let's see, how about a little light on the subject? There we go. Now we're pretty much back to normal for the most part. So those cyclones definitely clog up, for sure. Let's get rid of this. I also bet that the inside of the hose and that crevice nozzle is also caked up with stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this getting blown out. I'll try the best I can. I'll probably have to stretch it a bit too. Yeah, there's more in there. Ugh. Jeez. Now, running it on low also operates the cyclones at their lowest efficiency, right? If you run it on higher speeds, then the cyclones, everything spins faster. Well, guess what else is going in the tub, getting washed and dried? Wow. All right. I'm cold. It's a cold day here in Ohio. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.